If you're a man, you don't cry about it. You take life, the ups and downs. If you're a real man, you never go down, you just stay up. That's why this sport coat costs $800 and that costs $200. And I don't know what that costs, I'd be ashamed to wear it. That's why I'm wearing lizard shoes and a Rolex watch.
Importing it, snorting it, any competition extorting it, anything I want affording it, got enough crack to get four to hit, turn a saint to a sinner, lose to a winner, whether old school or upbeat, getting my shit's the best, Rick's the best, have your heart beating right out your chest, that Ric Flair like, woo! That Ric Flair like, woo! This is all I do, I got that Ric Flair like, woo! Woo! Styling, profiling, that Ricky make a girl go, woo!
You reach Goblin Ogre.
Yeah, with our guest today, Marc Mcnally, Marc Duder McNally.
That's me. What up?
And I don't know, does he count as a guest?
No.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah. It's a producer, fearless.
I am your employer.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
We're all here thanks to you.
Mr. Flicks with Dicks.
Yeah.
He owns the largest share of the Flicks with Dicks. Yes, that's right. That too. But the Goblin and Ogre, it's a publicly shareable company, and
I got in on the ground floor.
You got in on the ground floor, and you technically own 63.3%.
And those shares are still on the ground floor at this point.
I should have gone with Solana, but
I'm really hoping we're gonna get what was that thing that happened? Robin something where like everyone got in on like the GameStop.
Robin Hood.
Yeah. I'm hoping that happens to the Goblin and Ogre stock. Everyone thinks it's really funny to buy our shares and watch our videos, and then we're just famous after that.
No, we hawked
because it was a joke.
Hawk two of them.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucking dump.
You know how many Hawk Tua things Lee has said? Nobody cares. He said so many Hawk Tua moments.
Well, I'm at a disadvantage. I'm not a hot blonde lady.
And when he says spit on that thing, he means a person. He means a minority.
One of those Muslim ladies wrapped up in the subway.
Yo, I had in my elevator in my building coming here. I got in, and one of the little covered up ladies got in, and she like looked at me and she said, "Sir," and I went, "Whoa."
You're not supposed to talk to me.
No, I thought it was awesome.
Your husband would be pissed right now.
You gotta talk to my girlfriend because I would like this sir thing to start happening more.
Oh, it was the sir thing that threw you.
No, I liked it. It was powerful. A woman calling me sir.
I thought you were surprised by their ability to speak to you in public. I think that's where we all
talk.
I'm sure they do talk. I'm just saying it sounded like that was the shocking part. The way you sold it.
I just picture them talking like Kenny from South Park.
And then dying just like him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But coming back to life. Is there an explanation for him coming back to life, or is that just a funny joke?
They did an episode where they explain why he keeps coming back.
His house was built on an animal graveyard, a pet cemetery, if you will.
Oh.
Is that it? I don't remember. I saw the episode, but
it's one of the superhero episodes that they do.
Superhero episodes?
Oh, and he's the dark guy. What's his name? Shadow something?
Yeah, and Kyle's the human kite.
And Cartman's the coon.
Yeah, the coon.
I have a question about McNally or Duder's special. Are you proud of it?
Yeah.
No.
I'm editing it, and I hate hearing my own voice.
Yeah.
So I'm over it. And like, there's stories that I told that I had only done a handful of times before that. They weren't ready for it. Yeah. So going through watching those, I'm just like, fuck, I should have said them.
The stories weren't ready, or the audience wasn't ready?
Both.
They weren't ready for this kind of raw.
90% of them were my family, so of course they weren't ready for any of my comedy. So yeah, no, I'm happy with it.
Like he's Eddie Murphy.
I got a joke to tell. In my living room.
What's the name of the special?
Cinematic Immunity.
Cinematic Immunity, and it's coming out. Do you know in your head when? If you're editing it now,
April.
Are you going with Netflix or Amazon?
A new streaming service that I'm creating myself, basically. No, probably on YouTube.
It's going on louisck.com.
Yeah, there you go. $5.
Lewis TV.
Oh, you should shop around for Lewis TV. See if it'll.
I should.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna pay me in British pounds though. That fucking cheap fuck.
No, that's cool. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube.
And then the audio is all done. Shout out to Jeremy Dobsky. His company was the one who set it all up and did everything for me. So he like held my hand along in the whole process. So I'm happy how it's turned out. To be honest, the footage looks great. The audio sounds good, and it's the shitty editing will be the problem ultimately. And me. So yeah.
You left in that joke? That's my favorite joke.
Yeah.
That'll be the best. No, I'm sure. I'm sure you'll be very happy with it once it actually comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think when you're kind of like, there's times where I've edited stuff before where I'm like, this is terrible, you know? And then it comes out and people are like, oh, that's a funny clip of this podcast.
The jokes that I've done for a long time, obviously there's only a couple of them where I was like, I fucked up a little bit on that. Like you're always going to judge yourself, especially like I said, because I've had to watch it 1,000 times at this point. There's stuff where I'm like, fuck, I could have put more work into this, or I could have
been funnier.
I mean, I think that all the time. I'm sure you do too. So, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you do one filming or two?
I only did one show.
Yeah. I know that's becoming. I think I heard more common with like some
I wanted
comics.
to do two shows, but you got to sell more tickets
shows,
to the second show to get the second one. Yeah.
Well, no, like you could do it, I guess, a month apart technically, but
technically,
you know, that maybe that ruins the momentum.
I also could go and shoot some because I have a few other bits that I didn't end up doing. I could go shoot those and then just have them in. And splice them in
just
from
in
a different spot.
rooms.
Well, like
here at Rivals.
True. Yeah. No, that'd be good. Just in the subway with a mic talking. Well, I liked. Sandler did a special a couple years ago called 100% Fresh, and obviously he did better venues than I did, but it's from like 5 or 6 different performances, and they're all kind of chopped in together. Plus, he does a little like man on the street stuff and everything like that. I like hybrid kind of stuff, and that's part of it as well. Like, there's sketch stuff that I've filmed for it, and that's going to go in. And I'm working on one of the stories I tell. I'm getting it animated, so I like
that's cool.
I like changing things up a bit because every special could potentially look exactly the same. So at least there's a little bit of a difference with mine. So yeah.
Honestly, I want specials where it was like this is my good material. I'm tired.
I wish I could feel that way, Sanker.
No, I'm tired of. I think a lot of comedians came out. I heard a more professional, better comic than me say this once. Was like, did you feel this material needed to come out? Or did you feel you want to do a special?
I don't remember saying that.
Whose material needs to come out?
Meaning,
that's nuts. I don't need to hear what anyone has to say.
No, it's true. It's true. I didn't want to ever call it a special. When I on the poster it said album recording and live taping.
Oh, I like that.
And it's now just at this point like people know the word special, so I feel obligated to say it like that. But it's not like Carlin's special from the HBO days where he only did one every 2 years. And again, not everyone did one of those at the time. People fucking save their hours for decades. Like, I think Leno still does his same material from when before. Like he's probably updated it a bit, but for years
he does. Yeah,
he wouldn't like he would never put. He always said like, why would I put that out? That's for my show. That's for my performances.
Because it was the act.
It was the act.
That's
your
it
act. as well.
And you would add and remove stuff over 10 years.
Yeah.
But that you do your act. And that was like, it's the same thing like you're a magician. You have your tricks. And then once in a while you think of a new one. You add it into the act.
Yeah.
But the act is the act.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just do the same thing over and over.
Now,
yeah.
What do you think it is why do we hate specials so much? Like, why are they just not good anymore? Like, in your opinion?
Because comedy is gay.
Yeah.
It is a lame thing to do.
Does anybody want a drink?
I'm good right now.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I was thinking about this at work the other day because I feel so very gay having to writing down my jokes. And my thoughts and here.
It's true.
Can't wait for people to hear these.
You're right. So while they're up there spewing it out, you're just like, they probably sat there, wrote it, giggled to themselves.
This is my art. I'm an artist. And you're like, no, this is
you seeking attention.
Yeah.
In like the worst way.
This is being like adult drama kids.
And
which I was an adult. I was a drama kid but I am also gay.
Yes, this is one thing I've always said. When I was in high school, I was not a drama kid. I remember thinking later, I guess I should have been because I was so into like I want to make movies and stuff that made sense. But I used to look at the drama kids and thought, ew, I hate these people.
I was
us
the
now.
causing drama kid. I was going around kissing girls.
And your cousin.
Without their permission.
Before you try to act too cool.
It's all in my head.
That setup made me so mad until he said that. Dude, I was the causing drama kid.
I saw your face. You were really
I
bothered.
was so mad. I was so mad.
But doing comedy is lame, and I'm stuck
Yeah.
doing it. But
We
when
should
you
learn
really
this a
step
long
back to
time
look
ago.
at it, it's a stupid gay thing to do.
How the fuck did we not learn that a long time ago when you're waiting for your name to be called?
Yeah.
Like you're
Oh,
up there
it's the
until
worst.
2 a.m. You go up and just fucking eat shit. And
In an empty room.
In an empty room, and
Yeah.
you do that for years.
You take a subway
it's
home
always
and-
been gay.
Take a subway home, you're like, I'm chasing my dreams.
Right.
Yeah.
Ew, dude.
Yeah.
Don't chase your dreams.
Just
Don't
let
do
life
that.
happen. Yeah.
And you're so right because, and you and I talked about this in my car one time. I was driving Ian, and he goes to me like, we're talking about something else, and then he's like, you know what I hate? I hate when comedians want to talk to me about comedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
yeah, it is the worst.
he was so right. I hate like talking about the art of comedy. I like hearing about the comedy business. Like if I listen to a podcast and they're talking about like road gigs, whatever. But the art of comedy makes me fucking sick.
Here's where I build up the suspense and then trick the audience. Ew.
Oh, callbacks. Callbacks are a difficult thing,
Yeah.
but once you achieve them, you're really going to know you are there, man.
I
What are you
planted,
talking
I
about? Ian
planted
had
a
a great
seed.
callback about me tongue kissing my cousin.
I didn't say callbacks aren't great. I said talking about callbacks aren't great.
fair enough.
Yeah.
This isn't the group to ask, but have any of you read Doug Stanhope's book?
No.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I've the one for Mother or whatever.
Dig Up Mother, yeah.
And then the other one, Pat Bersher borrowed before I finished it, and then he moved to America.
Classic. That's a good Bersher move. I have the second one. I never read it. The first one, like, I couldn't put down. It was great. And he's talked about it in interviews about it. Like, he said all along he knew he sucked at comedy for, like, the longest time. And it did develop, but that is one thing. Like, it's not like he goes in like, oh, I was doing a bit about this. His whole book is, like, the stories of getting to the fame that he has. And I love that. Like, it's like a good band biography where they're like I've read a few where they say the same thing. Like, we were the worst fucking band in the world, but we were enjoying doing it. Like,
Well,
we were the only band that we knew that had done a European tour in our like first couple
you could
years.
just black out your way to success.
Yeah, well,
Like
also,
you just party and drink the whole time, and then somehow
every form
you're
of entertainment,
successful.
every form of entertainment, you're just failing upwards. You're eating shit, and then but people go like, oh man, like comics say that, oh, like you're on you did a tour, how was that? And most comics will just look at you and go like, dude, we did a weekend in fucking Montreal. We didn't even stay over. We literally just drove there and back, like that kind of thing. Like it's way less glamorous than people make it out to be, but.
Well, also the thing about tours are, I respect comics who I have a boner. I respect comics. We have Mark on. He's very sexy.
he's a good-looking fella.
Yeah, I respect comics who they have the chutzpah, I guess, or whatever, the drive to be like, let's get together, let's get in a car, we're gonna book a bunch of dates and let's do them. That's cool.
Yeah.
But calling it a tour is also, I'm not taking anything away from you except for it's not a tour. A tour is, I'm fucking Bert Kreischer, even if you don't like him, and I go, oh, I'm going to do a bunch of 100,000 gigs around the country, and they're all sold out. That's a tour.
Well, the tour's going and not coming home.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's
that
not-
is a tour, like a tour of Vietnam as a soldier. You don't go for one night and then go home.
Yeah, exactly. You're out on the road for a while.
I did a tour of Gaza. It was nice. I came back that night.
Yeah.
It's just,
And there's got to be a demand for your tour.
Yes, that's what I'm.
People gotta want to see you in their city, but all these comics that set up their own tours. Oh yeah, we're gonna hit the road. It's like I want nothing more than for you to end up in a 50-car pileup.
I'm going on tour. My first date's in Barrie.
Yeah.
The next one's in Kitchener.
We're going to Uxbridge.
We're going to Cambridge. Yeah. Fuck your mom.
I hope your motel fucking falls apart while you're sleeping in it.
What are those 3 towns? It's Cambridge, Kitchener, and then what's
Waterloo.
Yeah.
The Tri-City area.
Yeah, we're doing Cambridge, Kitchener,
that's a tour
Waterloo
right there. That's the Aaron Rice special right there. He books all your shows, but you call it a tour on your fucking Facebook. That's what that is.
Hey, Aaron Rice still is our theme song to this podcast.
I love that. I listened to the episode I did today, or that I did last time, just so I can remember what shitty things Lee said and make fun of him for it. I
bubbled all out.
I had to think for a second. I was like, did I tell him to put this song as the opening? But I love that it's your guys' opener.
Yeah.
I love that.
I hate Aaron Rye.
You hate Aaron Rye?
I hate Aaron Rye.
Why do you hate Aaron Rye?
He's a
my
stupid
boy,
little redheaded face.
Well, fair point.
was
He's good. He's right so far. He's 1 for 1.
Little ginger redheaded faggot.
Now you tell me why you like Aaron Rye.
Look,
Counterpoint.
I will give a counterpoint, but I will say for now, technically, even if I know we both consider ourselves friends of Aaron Rye, he's 1 for 1. That was technically correct. He is a stupid redhead. So far, that's all I'm saying.
Little redhead too.
And he is little.
He's
so
tiny.
far,
He's the ginger menace.
yes. So far, he's said nothing wrong about a very nice guy. Counterpoint, very nice guy.
Counterpoint. That's gay.
Counterpoint, he's really fun at concerts.
Counterpoint. Concerts are also gay.
He means fun at concerts. Like he sings along, he crowd surfs. What the fuck you mean he's fun at it?
He just
You can throw him up and down like a beach ball. It's really fun. I do like Aaron. It's just funny to say I hate somebody.
We gotta
I
talk
don't
shit about
anymore.
somebody we all
Ian
don't
convinced
like.
me.
Actually,
I thought I did.
Yeah, let's go beat him up.
Hi, Mark.
what was that?
I did not hit her. It's not true.
Oh,
it's
fuck.
bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Every single
Oh, hi,
person.
Mark.
Yeah. Every person I meet that's a fucking piece of shit says that to me. And I worked at HMV, and at least once a week, people would come up and go, "Do you have the room?" And even though we had like a whole shelf of it, I'd be like, "No, leave right now."
It'd be great after he talked about his special. It's just, oh, great story, Mark.
That's my closer, actually.
that should be your special name.
Great story, Mark.
Great story, Mark. And we'll edit your face on top of the fucking weirdo.
Why can't we get him as a guest?
Oh,
He's probably
sure you
available.
could.
He's available.
you think so? No,
Yeah.
I think he has his
Oh,
ways
you
of
think
making
he's
money
busy?
now.
Tell him it's a screening of the movie. He'll fucking show up. I'm sure.
He'll rise out of his coffin.
I'm sure of it. He won't even care if he's getting paid for it.
Just have him and Danzig and be like, who's who?
Oh, good call. They do look alike.
Danzig.
Guy from Misfits. It's a white guy thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm very lost. Misfits. Okay, I'm gonna piece this together. Misfits is a band,
Yes.
and well, you said he's the lead singer of the band. Misfits. I'm assuming I'm gonna just throw out Misfits, punk band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on it?
Yeah.
Sex Pistols-y?
No.
No.
They're like, their thing is like horror stuff. So a lot of their songs are about like,
Teenagers from
Horror
Mars.
yeah, teenagers from
They,
Mars.
they
horror.
were
they
like
don't
painted
care.
up like ghosty, ghouly
Yeah,
guys.
they're painted like
He had the
ghouls and
devil
and,
walk.
Yeah,
Okay.
The hair.
it's all the occult
worst
kind of
haircut.
stuff. Oh, it is the worst.
They were doing it back when it still wasn't cool.
But they didn't care. It wasn't cool. So is that what's cool? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they
not
care,
caring
they
is
care
awesome.
too much, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel though like if you were a fan of theirs and you had that look and you had the hair and everything like that, they would think you're the biggest fucking loser in the
Yeah.
world.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though they make millions of dollars off of
Like
being
looking like
that,
that? Yeah.
like a fan coming up to them, every guy in that band would be like, "Look at this fucking loser coming to
Yeah.
our table
I used to
right
have
now."
a Misfits T-shirt, and I hated every person that came up with to me because of that shirt.
Yeah, they're not a good shirt to wear in public.
Oh, really?
Because people fucking want to talk to you all the time about them.
You know what's really funny? I found out one of you might know this band. What's buzzing? It was my phone. There's this band that there's this not thrift store, but whatever. One of those stores that sell shirts. Oh fuck, I forgot your shirt. That sells like old like T-shirts
Like a
that I guess
vintage store?
like
Vintage shit?
No, not vintage. It's like they obviously some store bought like 1 million of this T-shirt, and it's usually
okay.
like band.
It's like
hip
black
hop
market
shirts.
clothing?
Yeah, well, like I assume whatever store originally bought them.
Thrift.
Yeah, well, no,
Sold
they
them
can't
off.
sell anymore, so they buy
Yeah.
the whatever. And there was this one shirt I bought once because I was just like, it's a white shirt, it's all right, and it said the Buzzcocks, right?
Okay,
which
yeah.
is a band apparently. And I only found out because I went to a comedy show and another comedian's like, "Hey, they're awesome" or whatever. I'm like, don't know what the
Wait.
fuck you're talking about.
So you just bought a shirt that said Buzzcocks?
I thought that's a great shirt. That's a great
That's
shirt.
funny.
Buzzcocks.
Do you trim your pubes?
No, I don't buzz my cock at all.
So you're a poser.
I'm a poser.
There
Sure,
you go.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But what I
Name
thought
3 songs and show me your balls.
what I thought was really fun about it is that the comic told me about them. He's gay, and he told me they're a gay rock band or something like that, or they're pro-gay. I don't know. Is that true?
Dude, you said
I don't know them well enough.
You don't know
to
so
say
many
that,
people.
but-
I'll come, Aaron Rye. Anyway, he told me they're a pro-gay, whatever, rock group. But in my neighborhood is like 90% like Muslims. And I said, anytime that store has a shirt that's like in a bunch of sizes on sale, you see everybody in the neighborhood wearing
Oh, of
them.
course, yeah.
And I started seeing Buzzcock shirts worn by old Muslim men.
What if that's just their fan base?
Muslims.
Oh, we love Buzzcock.
It's Muslims and gay dudes, and it's just the weirdest mosh pit.
It's like a high school dance. It's like half the Muslims, half the gay dudes. Like they don't want to mingle.
They're all just waiting to ask each other to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of cute.
Yeah, just a Muslim guy being like,
Hello.
I'm very shy.
You buzz your cock.
do you think he wants to dance with me?
As we are talking about comedy, we should promote comedy that's happening in the city. We did find out that here at Rivals Sports Pub, which we love, is going to have comedy shows now here. Lee, you want to tell us about it?
All right.
It's
I don't
not
know.
me, unfortunately.
No,
All right,
unfortunately.
Anybody watching this or listening to it knows of Kevork and Keys Comedy Club.
Yeah, been on our podcast before.
Been on the podcast.
We filmed at Kevork, at Keys Comedy Club.
Healy's enthusiast.
Yes. The only club to ever put my picture on the wall.
That's coming down. It's coming down. Awesome. I love that.
coming here.
It's the only comedy club to have your picture on the wall that doesn't have "Do not serve."
Yeah, there you go. Just write "wanted" over the top of it.
Predator.
Cousin fucker Lee. Whatever fucking.
No. Well,
Yes.
Keys Comedy Club shut down. Unfortunately, there was a raid. I guess the police found out that he was serving alcoholic beverages without a license.
That's why he was shut down.
That's why he was shut down.
Because he didn't have an LLBO.
See, I could
in
have
an
called that.
apartment.
I could have called that one. The first time I ever did a spot there, I was walking there, and across the street there was these 3 girls, and they were just being fucking assholes. I was like, God, I hope I'm not going to the same place they are. Sure enough, who walks in behind me? And the girl's like, it's my birthday. He's like, oh, fucking awesome. Do you want a drink? She goes, yeah, I'll have a gin and tonic. He goes, we have Heineken. He sold Heineken and ginger ale.
And ginger ale.
And they were all like $10 each.
He had microwave pizza there
Oh,
when
did
I
he?
was there.
That was a good one.
Wow. Because technically,
And called it authentic Armenian cuisine.
that was the number one thing that made me laugh is when he first opened it. It
Right.
started as Keys Comedy Bar and Grill.
Ball and grill.
I just wondered, where does the grill come
Yeah,
in?
neither of those. There's no bar and there's no grill there.
No player, you grill the audience.
Yeah.
I also don't put it above Key to have a grill in his mouth.
Yes. Yes.
That's
it's
true.
a,
Fair.
yes.
Hey, Playboy, this is my grill. I don't do a very good Kevork impression.
No, Lee
unfortunately.
does the best Kevork.
So, So that's finished now, but he's coming here apparently. And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
took
he's
our
arriving.
spot. We were thinking about doing a comedy show here, and
We
No,
fucked
we
up.
were thinking about doing a one-off. but-
yeah, we
yeah,
can't even
that's
do
fine.
that now.
Could.
still
Technically,
could.
partner with him.
When that got canceled, I had so many people get mad at me on Instagram.
Really?
Oh, that's hilarious.
There were like comics were messaging me because you guys posted it was canceled, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And then so people who just saw it through my post.
Yeah.
Matt Wong, he's just like 2 nights in a row he came because I was like, oh, we might do it tomorrow because might do the podcast.
Nice.
He came and he messaged me. I just like saw it like a day later. He's like, so I'm here. There's no comics here. Is this show still happening? And then he's
Yeah, we're
like,
running a little late.
And then 5 minutes later, he's like, I talked to the owner. She said it's canceled. You need to update people better. And I'm like, it wasn't really I don't know.
That's like when I ran a show at Man of Kent on Ossington for like a year and a half. And then, I don't know, a couple years later, 2 other guys were running a show there. And like 15 different people messaged me like, did they steal your fucking spot? And I was like, no, the bar asked me if I wanted to do it. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And then like the next day, I think it was Jay Rainville and somebody else jumped in. And I think they only did one. Because again, it didn't make any money. Yeah.
I know a girl. She had a dozen guys. One of them found out about it, beat her up so bad she ended up in a hospital on Guerrero Street.
What a story, Mark.
It didn't work out. I didn't know it was that much at the end.
Wait, was it Great Story Mark or what a story
What a
mark?
story, Mark.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember
you remembered
Great
it wrong.
Story.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Oh,
We're going to listen to the
Technical
whole movie now.
difficulties.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do think it's funny when you have comedy shows at like one venue, and then somebody comes in with the like, I'm gonna do it better. I'm sure they sell the bar so much on like, because I've seen certain shows be taken away almost from one person because the other person sold them on like, I'm gonna do this so much better, like whatever, and then they just don't.
People undercut
Over
people for
COVID,
sure.
when I left Toronto for a bit, Yaz and her husband ran a show here.
Yeah,
That's right.
Like,
I remember that.
they did it on the patio, I think. But when I came back, like the first time I came here, like they weren't doing it anymore. But Crystal, she came up to me and she's like, "See, we had other people run a comedy show here, and they brought so many people and they sold so much food. She's like, why can't you do that?" I'm like, well, I was running open mic.
Because people are afraid of Yaz and her husband.
Yeah, exactly. Buy food or we'll kick your fucking ass.
No, it's funny. I think it's funny when the second show fails. That's one of my favorite things. Just because it's funny when you have a dream and it fails. That's funny.
It's funny when people fail in general.
Yes,
It's
Yeah.
great.
it's always funny.
That's what's so awesome about this podcast.
Especially when,
Is you guys just
when
failing
my
week
special
after week.
failed, you're going to do a whole episode about it.
I was making dinner for my girl and her daughter. I was like flipping burgers in front of my stove, and I just had this weird like out of body. I'm sitting there flipping, and I just thought, I've been doing this podcast for at least 4 years. No one listens to it. I thought about that. I sat there thinking, what am I doing?
They don't listen to it out of spite, I think.
At one point, you did 2 different podcasts nobody listened to.
I had 2 running podcasts at the same time. No one listened to them. Dobsky kept telling me people in Sweden are listening, and I don't know what that meant.
That was always nuts. When he would tell us these other countries where people are listening, and I'm like, so I go to Sweden, people are like, oh, Flix med Dix,
But apparently there is that weird like overseas market, like they fall in love with something. I hear that more with bands. Like some bands just they fizzle out here. We go, who the fuck cares about the bad touch anymore? But they're like the biggest band in Denmark.
Ryan Long's band, the Johnstones, I listened to them when I was in high school, but I was talking to him, and he said they were actually really big in Japan. Like, they had billboards in Japan.
Wow.
Cheap Trick, their first big album in the U.S. was a live show in Japan because they were huge in Japan, and they did a live show there and recorded it and then put it out here, and it ended up doing okay.
Yeah.
But they're like, if they went there now, they clean up kind of thing.
Well,
It's
you
still
guys should
crazy.
get big in Japan. Listen up, you little fuckers.
Nah, fuck the
Listen to this
Japanese
podcast.
market. You know what we want? The Saudi Arabian one. I want like some oil,
You want that
like
blood
family.
money.
Yeah, I want like whoever owns like the desert gas or oil.
And the whole
fucking-
crowd, they're all wearing that same outfit.
The red fucking like terrorist hat or whatever. Yeah, I want those
That's
guys to be
actually
our
what it's
fans.
called. The terrorist
red
hat.
terrorist hat.
Well, it's pronounced differently because
Yeah.
terrorista.
Hey, we mentioned Middle Eastern people today. Maybe this is like our step in.
I think so.
This is.
Yeah,
He's saying
they
blood
like to
money.
be-
That'll definitely get them.
I also said I don't know if I didn't know those things could talk, so I don't know if that's a good thing to start off
Well, it's
with.
about their women. They love that shit. Dude.
What I've learned this through watching enough YouTube is that if we just get more red pill, the next step to red pill is Islam.
Yeah.
If you watch enough red pill, most of them
Start leading towards Islam.
Start
Yeah.
leading towards Islam. That's like the next step
Like
to
Andrew
red
Tate
pill
or whatever.
Yes,
I've been
yes.
watching a lot of 90 Day Fiance lately.
Yeah,
And it is hilarious how many American women go over to marry a Muslim guy.
Yeah, it's
and then
terrible.
they get there and they're like, I had no idea it was going to be like this.
What do
you had a 12-hour plane ride and you didn't look up Muslim at all? You thought you were going to wear a bikini to the beach? You idiot.
But that's the farthest out of their hometown they've mostly ever been
Yeah.
for a lot of them. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
The funniest thing about 90 Day Fiance to me was always when it would be like the girls or the guys would marry one of these people from these small third world countries, and they're just happy. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm going to America! I'm going to America!" And then they find out the person they married lives in a small town in Maryland or something like that. Like if they're not going to New York City,
No.
Right, or L.A. or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going-
One of those flyover states, as they call them.
Yeah, like their version of like in context of Canada, it'd be like living in like,
Everywhere.
Chicoutimi, all of Canada.
They're going to
Go to Canada.
They're going to Flint, Michigan, where the water's flammable.
I'm gonna start a show. I'm gonna start a TLC
I'm
show. It's
going
gonna
to
be
Grimsby, Canada.
Grimsby. Thank you. I was looking for this sound. Grimsby's a good one. That's what I'm going to start. I'm going to start a reality show where people do the mail order bride thing or whatever, and they come to Canada, but it'll only be a shitty town. Like
That's great.
Like
But that's also,
Brantford.
that's your family.
Your dad in Hamilton.
Take that.
Your dad's like,
family too. Oh, and well, they were two different ethnics.
yes.
Yeah, that's true. Lee told a story. I forgot to talk about this. Lee told a story on this podcast about his parents and how he doesn't talk to his dad anymore. And I had to edit the podcast one day, and Lee, I forgot to tell you this. The basics of the story is his parents live outside of the country. He talks to them on Zoom, but he talks to his mom and his dad just in the background, so he doesn't talk to his dad anymore because his dad's always just doing something. And I forgot to tell you this. I re-listened to this. I paused it, went to my girl, and I said, I kind of feel bad for Lee. That was a very sad story. He just hasn't talked to his dad in 10 years.
Wait, update. I talked to him the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But when my mom gave him the Zoom, like
He called you a pendeja?
No, he gave me a look like, who's this? Like he squinted.
He hadn't recognized you. He didn't know what you looked like anymore.
And then when he did, he's like, oh, hijo. Oh, my son. He calls me George sometimes. My brother's name.
Oh, my God.
I love that.
Nah, he seems to be doing well. I don't know. But
No,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. Either way, I listened to the clip, and that was the first time I had this real sympathy for you. Because it was so sad to picture Lee on his computer talking to his mom, and his dad is in the background and never takes the time to, like, pop by and say,
No.
hey,
Yeah.
son.
that's dad's though. You don't need to
Yeah,
talk to
that's
dads.
for you, dude.
You talk to your dad? Gay.
That's true. You know what's funny? I told my dad I love him the other day,
Ew.
and he just like, because my girl's been bothering me. She's like, you don't hug your dad. You don't like,
Never.
you guys don't say I love you or
Never,
anything
ever.
like that. So I like made the effort. It was my dad's birthday recently. I dropped him off from taking him somewhere, and then as I was leaving, I was like, hey, Dad, I love you, by the way. And he looked at me like, okay.
What do you want me to do with that?
Yeah. But go. It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I've never told my dad I love him. I've never hugged my dad.
Your dad's not lovable, though.
Yo.
This explains a lot, actually.
I used
For all
to-
three of you.
I used to do a joke about it all the time.
This might be why I tried to do a special, because my parents actually like me. I have a chance. Fuck.
My dad likes me. I'm apparently.
I'd love it if he puts a special on and they stop talking to him.
Could happen.
That's the last straw
Yeah.
to disown it.
The story that's getting animated is about their drinking problems. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll watch
You'll
that.
be in our club soon enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or,
I grew up like I remember when I was a kid, like I slept over at a buddy's house, and we were like, his dad was putting us to bed, and his dad like kissed him before bed, and I was like 6. I was like, that's weird, man.
You want to say hi, Crystal? You want to come in and wave to everybody? Thank you.
Even when I was like 6, I thought kissing your dad was kind of gay.
Yeah, so did I. Same.
Yeah.
It's weird because I remember giving him a kiss on the side of his face. I don't remember why. Like, hey, pop. And it just felt so. I think I could smell him, and it was like that fucking man guy all day, smelling like, ugh.
Yeah.
So
old
we
man
found where Lee's line is. It's somewhere between dad and cousin.
Yes. I stopped making out with my dad a very long time ago.
Yeah. When you guys see kissing your dad, you mean like on the cheek?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't think I've ever done that.
I would never,
Maybe.
ever
No, it was weird.
kiss my father.
Me and my dad, awkward side hug. Like we do this move where like it's his birthday and I'll go like,
Don't do that.
hey.
No, not to. You can hug me, but don't hug your dad, dude. Don't do that.
it's more gay for
I'm
me to
speaking
hug
up
my
for
dad.
your dad. No one's dad wants to be hugged. None of your dads want hugs. They want handshakes.
Yeah.
This
Firm
and-
handshakes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
talks
Fuck around and
about
sloppy fish 'em.
weather,
Yes.
work you're doing.
Or the double tap on the back. Like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, me and my
Yeah.
dad don't even shake hands. If I'm like leaving the house, like I visited my parents, it'll be like I'll slap him on the back or something, and then one slap and I walk out.
I bones my knuckles.
Yeah, I don't even do that. I do that with my brother.
I will hug my mom. I'll hug my sister, and
Yes.
then just fist pound my dad and leave.
You're right.
Fist pound him right in the gut.
Yeah, he said bone him and then fist pound. I was
yeah.
just like, what's
I
Fergus
fi-
trying to tell us? You might not kiss him.
I
but
said
you're doing
earlier
some
this
other shit.
podcast I was gay. I gave you guys all the warnings.
Every time I say bye to my dad, I fist him.
He hates when I come over.
Boned the last time I left.
But we don't kiss. That's gay.
Just skull fuck him.
No, even my sisters, I didn't hug or anything like that. But then my sisters, once we hit like our like 30s, all of us, my sisters now like they force me to like come in like we
Well,
give a
every
hug.
time they see you might be the last.
Oh, I see. Diabetes, heart attack, stuff like that. I did want to bring up. So I spent 3 hours today. 3 hours watching the new on Netflix WWE Raw after they sold it. Oh, I also recently watched the entire Vince McMahon.
That was good.
documentary.
That's
Yeah,
a great
that was
documentary.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first with that, I was a little disappointed because I didn't realize they say it during the documentary, but a lot of it was filmed before everything
scandal.
came out.
Yeah.
So they miss a little like I shit on a girl's head type of stuff. That kind of gets missed. But
Well,
other than that,
they got to
No,
save
I
some for
think
the
they
follow-up.
purposely left those details
think so?
out. Yeah.
I thought this was important
They just kept
details.
saying like he sexually assaulted her and sexually trafficked her. But
kept watching.
I didn't know about the shitting on the head until somebody came up to me and was like, "Did you hear about Vince McMahon?" I was like, "Yeah, sexual trafficking." And he shit on her head. And the guy was so excited. I was like, "I gotta fucking read this."
I was
fucking
against sex trafficking until I found out Vince McMahon did it.
I didn't know you could shit on their heads. Now I'm for it. I thought it was just normal sex.
And it was for Brock Lesnar too.
Yeah.
It was for.
So one of the reasons, one of the times in her complaint was that the deal was Lesnar would sign if she fucks him.
If she fucked
Lesnar, and there was text back and forth between all three of them.
Oh, so
That's why Lesnar hasn't been on WWE TV for like a year and a half.
He's a dirty,
as well.
dirty boy.
They're gonna bring him back at some point,
Yeah, he's too much of a marquee.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah, for sure.
And that's why he left the UFC. He's like, I can't shit on anyone here.
I can't
I'm outta
shit on
here.
these bitches.
Well, he did marry one of the biggest whores in WWE history.
Did you see the recent photo of her?
No, is it bad?
A lot of work done. Not done.
Have
Not
you
done
seen
well.
his daughter?
looks just like him.
Just him in a wig.
Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah.
So fuckable.
Dude. Ferguson fucker.
She looks nuts.
I let her shit on my head.
I would fuck her, not because I wanted to, because I feel pressured.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'd be afraid. Yeah.
She's forcing you. She's trafficking you.
She's an all-American wrestler. I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. I gotta look up that picture.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I didn't know that was Lesnar. But yeah, his Sable. I also have to look up that picture because Sable.
Oh, yeah.
But back in the day, like you look at it, I remember being attracted to Sable, but I realized I was like tricked by like they're selling you her. If you really even back in the day looked at her, she had the tightest skin tits ever.
Yeah.
Well, we had
Hers
the
were way
you
too-
gave me Andovsky Playboys.
Yeah,
With her,
she was
Andovsky
Sable.
kept my Playboy.
He kept your Playboy.
Yeah. when I
Son of a
moved out.
bitch.
Why did he do that? That was a gift.
Lawyers.
Did you hear about Sunny? Did you see Sunny recently?
No.
Well, she was involved in like a fatal DUI or whatever that
Yeah.
she killed somebody.
Oh
but you
my
look at her
God.
right now; she looks like Brock Lesnar's daughter.
No more sunny days for
Puffy
her.
and- yeah.
Well, they all do that. They all put like so many people have put like her best photo next to the
yeah.
one with her in court, and
Yeah.
it's just like God,
I forget
that
the-
is the biggest fall.
I sent you a message about because I was just listening to an old interview with New Jack.
Oh yeah.
And he was
Oh,
talking
dude.
about I forget who the wrestler was, some chick, but she wanted him to cut her while she blew him. So you'd be getting a blowjob just cutting this chick's forehead.
That's wild.
Fuck. But I guess if you're fucking New Jack, that's like the type of person
If
you
you
are.
listen to the interviews with all those ECW guys, that was like that whole promotion was fucking insane behind the scenes.
But how awesome would it be to go?
Oh, it'd be so good. I went to their only show that was in Canada. That was a fun time.
I would have loved to see New Jack stab up that fat little like teenager.
That was crazy.
Mass transit.
Mass transit. Well, did you guys watch the Dark Side of the Ring?
Yes, that's the
When he
best
fucking hits
episode.
the old guy on the head with the baseball
Dude,
bat.
that's the best episode that
It's
they
the
have.
wildest one
It's
for
the best
sure.
one.
Yeah,
He's got the best stories. Like the guy that fractured his skull. So the next time he went up, he
He tried to kill him. Tried to tase him immediately. They didn't go over the match. He goes, "Yeah, we'll figure it out there." He tased him and then threw him off like basically 2 stories, and was laughing when he did it too.
And he was always high on cocaine. Or whatever.
Always.
That's the best part of those Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah,
is
they're
every
always
episode
on coke.
in the middle they admit they were on cocaine.
He just thought like in the middle of the story, he just goes, "And I was high." He starts laughing so hard.
New Jack rocked so much.
He's great, man.
If I go Dark Side of the Ring, I think off the top of my head, my 3 favorite episodes for different reasons.
Yeah.
Was that one was the funnest.
Yeah.
Saddest, but you had to watch was the Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
And then the most intriguing, like, because I left there like not knowing the story and realizing how fucked up it was the Puerto Rican murder one.
That one's crazy.
Oh, in the shower?
When they killed Bruiser Brody or
Bruiser
whatever.
Brody,
Yeah. That one was just because you're like, oh shit, they got away with
Yeah,
this.
that was
and
the Bruiser
everything.
Brody
That was
one,
really-
yeah.
I don't know much about him, but he looks so cool swinging the chain and all the
So
fans
intense.
running
Just
away from
running
him.
away from him, yeah.
They're doing a Dark Side of the Cage. I think it comes out this month.
Oh, really?
About,
Was that
UFC
UFC?
fighters.
Well, or is it
man.
MMA
Yeah.
in general?
Mostly UFC. It's
okay.
like Nick Diaz, Ronda Rousey, Diego Sanchez.
Nice.
War
know that.
Machine, which that one is gonna be fucking nuts.
That'll be
Yeah,
nuts,
yeah.
yeah.
He's the guy that beat up that porn star.
Cain Velasquez
Oh
would be
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Cain Velasquez?
I don't think they're doing his.
They gotta
Because
save
his
stuff for
they'll have to
season
wait
2,
for a
right?
bit. 'Cause
Sure.
He
Yeah.
has this month his sentencing
Oh really?
for
yeah, that's right.
Cain Velasquez.
shooting at a dude who raped his child.
Exactly.
He also beat the fuck out of him, right?
Yeah,
No, I don't think he beat. I think he just chased him down in a car and shot. And he shot at his
Yeah.
car, and the guy's uncle was in the passenger seat, and the guy's uncle got shot.
Yeah. Hero Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
Well, he shot a guy's uncle.
Yeah, that's first of
Uncle
all,
didn't do nothing.
everybody's uncle has done something.
Oh, dude, I'd shoot anybody he's around.
I would shoot my daughter for being a whore. You're giving it up. You're not even getting a WWE contract. What are you doing?
Not even Brock Lesnar.
Why was the Cain Velasquez WWE run? Why was that supposed to be a short run?
It's because he went to jail.
It was because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to
part of
be WWE from then on.
Well, I don't think he was going to be a big. He was just going to come in once in a while.
Oh,
he was
okay,
like a
yeah,
big
yeah.
name. I don't think he was going to be doing fucking road dates.
I think
Yeah,
they
house
wanted
shows.
him to go like the Lesnar route.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like Lesnar had started there,
Yeah.
so it at least made sense for him to come back, and he knew the fundamentals and everything like that.
And Kane was old too. Kane was like in his 40s, so
yeah,
he's not
he
going
was
to be
an old
doing
guy.
house shows in
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Milwaukee.
No, for sure.
But those UFC guys never last long in WWE. They're always there for just like a minute or two.
Well, there's the one guy that got cut from the UFC for smoking weed. What, Matt Riddle?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a big.
Yeah,
he's a big
but he's
WWE
a
guy.
big, like doing tons of shows.
he's
he's been now way longer than he was ever.
He's
in the-
out of WWE. He was a pain in the ass for them. I feel like.
Oh, because of the weed.
Yeah, isn't he in some? He's not even in AEW. He's in some other.
There
Next
was like a bunch of shit with him and his wife, and then he started dating a porn star, which they're borderline, like they don't want that kind of publicity.
Yeah.
And then the big thing was he got hassled at an airport and started saying I was sexually assaulted at an airport. Like he just started making a big stink, and rather than keep him around, they're like, yeah, you're done. See you later, kind of thing. But he was doing well for them for a while. Like people love him.
Yeah, I know he had.
And,
like,
and
some
when
love,
he got fired from UFC, there was like a bidding war for him between like New Japan
Well,
and WWE.
because he had a good
but-
personality.
Yeah.
he was like a fun dude.
He's a fun dude. Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
Yeah.
I know him and another guy that I had heard rumblings about, like personality wise, was good, but he also got dropped. Was that Enzo something?
Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
yeah, yo, he rocks.
Same thing again. He had some sort of sexual assault charge, but he didn't tell anybody in the company. And then
his sexual assault?
yeah, he was he had been subpoenaed
Something
or
you don't
whatever.
really
Yeah,
brag
yeah.
about.
He didn't tell anyone.
I don't know, if you're a public figure, you should probably let the company that's fucking putting you on TV every day know, like, hey, I could be in trouble. in
But
the next
also, you're
couple
going to
weeks.
WWE. You're like, listen.
Hey,
Yeah.
We're all
I'm
kinda-
Italian.
It's not easy.
Which one of us has a
I got a great angle for my character.
Yeah.
Like a rapist. I go around raping all the divas, you know.
What
I piss off their
You
boyfriend.
don't think Ric Flair threw a couple
that-
digits in some unsuspecting woman?
No, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That's Vince's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're coming after the king, you better not miss.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do my job.
That's still, I've talked about this podcast before, but that's one thing that always makes me funny is the way we work in this world. In entertainment, if you have a villain, right? Like in wrestling, there's some guys that they're supposed to be villains, right? Same thing if you watch like a comic book movie or an action movie or whatever, they're villains. But the one thing no villain does is he never rapes women because that's like abhorrent. And the joke I heard somebody tell is like the Joker does all these evil things, but they saw like a cartoon episode or something of the Joker, and he like insinuated that rape was terrible, and they're like, the Joker hates rape. So why wouldn't there be a WWE villain in the history of WWE that was a rapist?
That was a rapist.
Yeah,
Some
he's a
villains-
villain.
Some villains, like Mr. T, was kind of rapey and Rocky.
That's true. Yeah. He suggested. Now he just suggested.
Well, actually, he didn't even suggest
he'd be better
rapist,
at
Bob.
sex.
He's just like, yeah,
He'd be
tell
better
your
at
wife to
sex.
come here.
Yeah.
Val Venus would have been a great rapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Is he? I just know he's
I
a
don't know,
libertarian.
Well, the funniest was a while back. He was a big like weed advocate.
Yeah.
And then Rob Van Dam was all of a sudden like hooking up with a porn star in some show. And the like meme was, when did these two switch characters?
But I did watch Raw, and I had. I want to hear what you do. You watch it?
I watched it,
You
of
watched
course,
it,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So I'm assuming this is going to go away. But the whole point was, it was the first ever episode that was live streamed on Netflix.
Yeah.
And you can go on Netflix right now and you can still watch that Raw episode. I don't know if they're going to keep that up forever or whatever. But my first issue I had with it is within 10 minutes, they promoted that they're on Netflix 20 fucking billion times.
The
It
whole
was sickening.
fucking show.
The
they
whole
did
show.
It. That was really bad. That's what people are pissed off about. The Rock came out, and he's had a rivalry with Cody Rhodes over the last year.
Yeah, and
and
he,
he
like,
came out and
hugged
was
him.
like, "I want to thank the guy that's been keeping this on his back." Cody, and everyone's
Yeah,
kind
he
of like,
played nice guy.
He played a super nice guy, and it's like, no, dude, you just ruined that whole storyline.
Broke
Like,
kayfabe.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
broke kayfabe.
But I assume that's
And
'cause
then
he's not
again,
coming
and
back.
He said fucking Netflix 20 times.
Yeah.
The best was Hogan getting booed though.
Oh,
that
yeah.
made me so happy.
Hogan tried. That was so funny.
That was so good.
This is worth us
not rapist,
rewatching on this
Okay.
podcast and
Yeah.
commenting.
Yeah.
Like maybe we'll just do a one-off Zoom just so we can play it and work it.
Yeah.
But Hogan comes out. I'm telling you, you don't understand how bad it was because he comes out first to like promote
All American beer or whatever.
All American. So he comes out, he's being booed already. He tries to do his catchphrases, but also work in that he's promoting. He's hawking his own beer crap.
Oh, no.
And people
And he does the
booed.
Netflix bullshit too, as well. He keeps saying, "The best partner I've ever had was Netflix." Is like, it's the first time you're on the show, dickhead. Like,
It was the lamest line ever.
It was.
He goes, I've had a million great tag team partners, but I've never had a better tag team partner than Netflix, brother. And I was like,
That's gotta make Bubba the
"Ew."
Sponge feel bad.
yeah, exactly.
They should have used Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Partner ever. Listen, you let me fuck your
Brutus the
wife. You're
Barber
my
beat
best
Ric
friend.
Flair would
What
have been
the
a better guy.
Yeah. Well, Ric Flair would have showed up drunk. Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Does he still drink, you think?
Yeah.
Because
He was
there's a clip the other day of him giving a waitress a $350 tip, and people were making a big deal about that.
Yeah.
He's regularly just in bars now.
Yeah, he's
Like,
also he's styling and profiling, man.
Yeah,
Style and profiling,
He's a
yeah.
cool guy.
Yeah.
So the Netflix thing, they mentioned Netflix the whole
million
time.
times.
I'm hoping that's just like, look, it's the first episode.
They showed the president of Netflix twice.
Yeah.
Which that was the one where I was like, nobody fucking cares about this.
Yeah.
Like that's that guy's ego. That's him going.
What does he look like? Is he Jewish or?
It's just
He might be. He was
He didn't have the
white,
curls,
old white
but
guy.
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. I saw him wailing at a wall. I wasn't sure what wall that was. No, well, actually, he had an executive next to him. She was kind of hot.
She's cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
She's
Yep.
some Netflix executive high up in Netflix is a fucking nice piece.
She should be a diva.
Yeah.
That Vince rapes.
I saw a video.
Oh,
I saw a clip recently of Ric Flair being approached by some young girl who didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
But somebody said, "Oh, that's Ric Flair," and she walks up to him like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" He's like, "No," and he turns back around to the bar and faces the bar. Just fucking dismissed her. Yeah.
What a king.
He would be kind of sick to drink with, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
a fun night.
But
for
also,
sure.
if he doesn't pick up the tab, you're like, come on.
Oh, you'll get a
yeah.
Rolex out of it. Dude.
Yeah.
He just.
I don't know if he still has Rolex money.
I think so. I think he's accumulated
Yeah.
so many over the years.
Because you can do all these like show up gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if the fucking
old wrestlers are sad, dude. I met the Sheik. I didn't meet the Sheik. $20 was keeping me from meeting Sheik.
Yeah.
But he was like 5 feet away from me, so I yelled at him until he looked at me, and I consider that meeting him.
yeah, that counts.
But
That
yo,
counts.
he was out of it. It's him and George Chiavello are the two most out of it dudes I've ever met.
But I think old age is sad in general, and they're just wrestlers age so fast.
And they're kind of punch drunk as well.
Yeah.
Like it's the same as boxers
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Well, even if you watch, besides Hogan hawking his crap and getting booed, if you watch him come out, you're like, that's an old man. I don't care if he's
Oh,
still
he's
got.
old as fuck.
He's
Yeah.
in better shape than all of us, in a sense that he has muscles.
Yeah.
But he was like basically limping onto the stage.
Yeah, you can barely walk now.
He could barely walk.
The leg drop's not an easy thing to on your back for
No.
sure.
Also,
no.
could just be your skin is so tight from
Oh
all
yeah, yeah. That shoe
bronzing.
leather that he has for a face.
I think the saddest moment in the whole like 3 hours or whatever that I watched was they avoid any mention of Vince McMahon ever. Like they talk
Right,
about
yeah.
the great history of WWE, and I can't believe how far we come. They don't mention the guy who brought you there.
They never
one
will
time.
again. They never will
But
again.
they cut the camera to his daughter and talk about her contributions, and it's like, who the fuck do you think she is?
What did she
Yeah.
contribute beside her fat tits?
She didn't have fat tits.
That
I still think she's
the
hot.
documentary about him. I felt the worst for his son.
Oh,
Yeah,
big time.
yeah,
Yo, his son did so much dope
Shane
shit.
O'Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The-
some of the falls he took.
Dude, Shane O'Mac's my top three.
They're like the hardest match he was in. That's where he talks about. That's the only time Vince ever hugged me. That's
Yeah.
that's like that was
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And said I'm like it wasn't even
Good
like
job,
I'm proud.
son, or
I'm not
whatever.
even proud of it. It wasn't even I'm proud of you. It was like good job. Like
job,
that
yeah,
was the best he
Wait,
got.
he jumped like
Literally
three.
all three of us-
jobbing for Kurt
You did
Angle.
all right, kid.
all three of us have Vince McMahon dads.
You did. But without the money.
My dad has shat on a girl's
Yeah,
head.
then Mark just has Tom. Mark's got Tom Brady dad.
Martin makes out with his dad. Yo, he's being massaged.
Yeah, well, that's all right. He's going to marry a girl who becomes a witch and takes all his money. Giselle Bundchen. Didn't she witch around? Was that her, or am I mixing her up with somebody else?
Do you mean witch?
Yeah, she got into like witchcraft,
Oh, I thought you were
like
just.
Wiccan stuff.
I thought you
I
just-
dated a few of those girls, so that's totally a possibility for me.
But yeah, I actually feel bad for Shane McMahon because I remember back in the day when it was kind of moving more towards we're going to push this to Stephanie McMahon,
Big
and
time.
Shane didn't get that. Like,
Well, and Triple H too. Like Triple H
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
has the keys to the kingdom now. That's why Stephanie's still involved, really.
it's because her husband. Yeah, she's the
Yeah.
first lady now.
Yeah,
She went from she
time.
was in line.
Because I don't
to,
think she's doing anything with the company anymore.
No,
Like
I think,
she got bumped up when Vince first got pushed out,
yeah.
and then he pushed her and a bunch of other people
Yeah, and
out.
then she resigned,
and
didn't
then she got out of it. But she had also taken a big break right as like the allegations, like right before the allegations came up.
so she
'Cause
knew what was-
she knew what
yeah,
was
yeah,
going
yeah.
down.
That's gotta suck to know your dad's shitting on chicks.
No,
and you gotta
that's
quit
it.
your job.
She must have known the entire story and been like,
can't
"Yeah,
even know
you
that.
a break."
He got pushed out of the company because he pushed something out on a lady.
Some chick's head.
Much like the turds out of your dad's ass, you're getting pushed out, lady.
It's not like that actual thing. Don't shit on my head and tell me it's a hat. Imagine Vince like shit on her head and like it's a hat. Like literally, it's a hat. You're fired.
But I would argue, and this leads to another comment I had about watching Raw, but I would argue they went towards, and I remember even at the time I saw interviews with like former WWE guys who were explaining why they think it's going to like, because those YouTube videos, that's when it first started coming out, was you could watch interviews with Jim Cornette and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And they were talking about how Shane, and they said it in the documentary, Shane was too nice and Stephanie was like her dad, and that, you know?
Absolutely.
And I would argue for that reason, he didn't get the push or whatever to be the next guy to run it. But it was shit for years run under Stephanie. So then it could have been him. It might as well they could have given it to him, and maybe they wouldn't have been so
To be
shit.
fair, though, when he got pushed out the last time, he was in charge of running the Royal Rumble, and he tried to push himself to win over Brock Lesnar and like all their top guys. And so that's when they're like, "All right, that's enough." Like,
Also,
got him
if
out of
I
it.
jumped 40 feet off a fucking thing, I'd be like, I should win something.
Yes.
That's fair. That's
Well,
fair.
Mankind did, right? Like
Mankind,
after
yeah.
the Hell in the Cell, that's when he started getting championships or whatever and shit like that.
And then
Yeah.
it broke his brain, and now he has the whole room in his house dedicated to Santa Claus and Christmas.
I think he was into that shit before. He's always been like a
He's a soft puppet.
He's a
Soft
soft guy.
puppet.
He's a
yeah,
fucking weird
exactly,
dude.
Yeah.
There was these kids who made that. He's a. I'm just making fun of him, but that's
He's like
he's a good hearted.
He's a man child, but yeah.
But a good.
I'm sure the fucking 13 chair shots to the head didn't help him grow up anymore.
it stunted his mental.
It would be
growth.
funny if he didn't have that until when the Undertaker threw him through the cage.
Oh,
And he
that'd
got
be great.
home that day and he's like, you know what this room needs? A bunch of Santas.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking love Christmas. Don't you guys love Christmas?
That made me like.
yeah, at Christmas time.
It's July. And the sun is out.
King of the Ring was in June, and all of a sudden he's fucking putting
He's
up
like,
the
I
tree
just
the
need
next
the
day.
opposite of the Undertaker in this room. Just Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Oh,
Undertaker throwing Mankind off the cage made me like him more. Because everybody
yeah.
like saw
Like
Mick
Undertaker
Foley.
more?
Yeah, they saw
Well,
like
both of them, I guess.
Yeah, you see him fall off and holy shit, wow, that's so crazy, Mankind. But like when you watch Undertaker just staring at him like, oh, that's
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, yeah.
That's fucking cold.
He said it both times because he threw him once and then he threw him through.
Oh, and he
and it
choke
wasn't
slammed
good.
him through
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said the first time he goes, I think I killed the guy, and then the second time when he hit, and he said in interviews like, I was 100% sure that I had killed someone. Like and he literally
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
down and had to go to the referee. Is he breathing? Like said it
Oh,
like
yeah,
right
yeah,
off the
that's
bat. Which because Undertaker came out on that episode
yeah,
as well, which was a good surprise. But he looked baked as fuck.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
the best
yeah.
part. Is he looked hammered. They should not have had him on that motorcycle.
That's all he did too. He went around on
Just
the
drove
motorcycle,
around
and then left.
And then left. That's probably got paid a lot of money just,
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Just for that. And Kid
But
Rock
has
got
there
money,
been
too.
a better match or a match just as good as the Hell in the Cell since then? Because that's like I think the greatest match they've ever
Was
had.
that before or after the Blue Bomber? That was a pretty good match. It didn't last long.
You mean Owen Hart?
No.
That's
Blue
not-
Blazer. Blue Blazer. That Owen
Yeah.
Hart's last match, pretty great.
Well, the bell didn't really ring, so I don't know if you can call that a match. He hit the top turnbuckle, and that was pretty much
I thought
it.
it rang when it shook so much.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Jesus Christ.
I've hung out with his brother before. Not the worst of the Hart brothers, Smith Hart.
Smith Hart.
yeah,
He used to come to the underground.
Really?
Oh, really?
He hung out with this dude who all night this
fucking
guy's telling
hilarious.
me he's Doink the Clown.
Oh,
Matt Bourne.
This guy wasn't
The real
Doink the Clown. No, he was
that's
just a
so
guy
sad.
who dressed up as Doink the Clown for conventions. He was a Doink the Clown. He was a fake Santa of Doink the Clown.
That's funny.
But he told me all night he's Doink the Clown. He's hanging with Smith Hart. Smith Hart's fucking baked his shit off dabs. And he
Nice.
kept like grabbing me by the shoulders, being like, "You'd be a good wrestler."
I remember one of the big.
He's using his dad's old trick.
Yeah.
There's people
Pat
that does it.
Patterson.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
I remember one of the biggest like breaking kayfabe things for me was the fake Razor Ramon and Diesel.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had broken it before, but that like stayed with me. Like that
And-
made me really relook at everything and been like, oh, this is all bullshit.
And that worked out for those two because they were in
Yeah.
WCW, and WCW was like, "What's happening? Why are they saying you're going to be on TV?" And they
Shrug.
they went, "We'll pay you more money, just don't show up." And they go, "Okay, pay us more money." And then they start watching, and it's two other guys. And Kevin Nash says the people who had just signed a new contract
Yes.
with him for hundreds of thousands more dollars
Yeah.
just all look at each other like, "Oh fuck," and him and Hall are just like,
hey,
Awesome.
the ink's dry, bitch.
Let's go drinking,
Yeah.
do coke,
Yeah,
and
let's
everything
go.
they were doing back then.
That's so cool.
Fucking scumbags. To put a cap on that, also, so this is the first time I've watched an entire wrestling
It's
anything.
been years since I've watched
It's years.
one of those beginning to end. Yeah.
Maybe you tell me. Maybe I'm out of it. Maybe it's been so long. Maybe I'm too old. It was even the wrestling. It was all terrible.
I thought you were gonna be like, even the rest, like, was it fake?
It seemed fake. It seemed like they knew what was going to happen.
They do plan it a little bit, Sanker. Yeah.
I'm thinking these things are written.
I swear this guy used to be liked by the fans, and now he's disliked, and I don't know if I believe it.
Yeah.
No, it just I watched every match. All the good guys won in every match, and there was, and I remember Jim Cornette was the first one who said this is a problem with new wrestling. Everybody kicked out of other people's specials.
I hated that too.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Like,
Jim Cornette's still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
He's not even that old. He's
No.
like
No, I thought I heard of him dying because, like, what was that one episode from Dark Side of the Ring where, like, he's like just trashing the guy from WC,
Vince Russo.
Vince Russo,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
throughout the whole thing, and as the credits are rolling, he's just like, "I will live to piss on his grave."
Yeah.
He told his wife, like, it's in the will. Like,
It's in the will. You wheel my ass.
yeah,
there.
even if I'm like a mole, you
Yeah.
have to bring me to the
That's fucking
cemetery,
so
and I
funny,
will
yeah.
piss on his grave. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I heard he had died. I'm like, oh fuck, he's not gonna pee on his grave. So I was a little bit disappointed by that.
He'll get
heartwarming.
There. Don't worry, pal.
don't worry, it'll
Or
still
just
happen.
take him to Gigi Allen's grave and let him piss on that. He's been pissed on a million times, anyways. There's a whole documentary about that.
Peeing on Gigi Allen's grave.
It's like the first shot is a guy literally sitting on it and taking shit. I was like, that's pushing it.
It would be more disrespectful to Gigi Allen to piss nearby his grave.
Nearby, yeah.
He's like, hey,
Totally. Hey!
supposed to be goes here.
Yeah. My
yeah.
face. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I agree with you. The kicking out, like, because there's a couple moves that they've really protected and no one ever kicks out of.
Yeah.
I was like, you did that on Raw. You didn't do it like at WrestleMania or any of the big shows. Although they were trying to make this one really big, but everyone kind of joked it was a lot like a house show, like an untelevised one where those ones always the good guy wins.
Yeah.
And they're always like doing kind of goof, like the Undertaker wouldn't come out like that in a normal kind of show.
I
So that
see.
one I don't know. They wanted to make sure that the casual fans start watching again, sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But
We should go to the Greektown wrestling again.
We should.
I'd love to do that.
Greektown
one.
wrestling was fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
I loved it.
I was hoping
Any of
you'd
the
say
independent
Gigi
ones that
Allen's
come
grave.
through, yeah. Any of the independent ones that come through, they're a lot of fun
Well,
to go to.
Greektown's
Man.
just awesome because like the
Greektown's-
venue's cool.
Yep.
Like it's in a church.
Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It's so good, and I've already figured out how to. I don't think we can video because they may. I don't know if they'll have a problem with that. I guess we could like. They won't mind if you're
No,
filming
dude, they
with your
love it.
phone.
Yo, we should get those
They-
Ray-Ban
as long
glasses.
Dude, as long as you tag them in your video, they love
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Because I have like two lapel mic whatever if I get like 2 more, we could probably just.
I don't know if they'd like you holding up a camera for the entire
I also
show,
don't know
because they
how-
also do have like a thing on Fight TV and all that kind of shit.
Audio
But,
wise,
like,
we'll do a whole podcast.
I
Just
talk-
use their
yeah.
video.
Drinking, talking.
Yeah.
Use their video, but edit our voices over it.
But also,
yeah.
it would be hard to do a podcast at a wrestling show.
No,
Yeah,
it's
eventually somebody would come up and be like, "What are you guys doing?"
I'm telling you, I hope it's unlistenable, but that's my intention.
It would be worse than when the guys played pool here.
We've recently recorded the worst.
We beat
episode.
that.
No, that one wasn't as bad. The pool was way worse.
We were in the Kung Fu Hall, and that seemed a lot worse.
It
than
would've-
just the pool.
It would have been worse if we stayed there.
You could do like I saw a clip recently. I'm sure it was 2 either football guys or rappers, and they.
Black people all look the same to you?
I assume those are the 2 careers they have.
Gangsters, whatever.
Famous enough to be mic'd up.
Felons, whatever.
But they were. It was their first time at a hockey game, and they were front row hockey,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
were mic'd up for that.
Yeah.
Just like
The whole game, yeah.
excited to see a fight and all that kind of shit. You could maybe. I mean. Ultimately, how are you going to film your guys' faces? Like, you can't put a
they don't
camera
need
up on
to
the
see our
other
faces.
side, sort of thing.
Get press passes.
Yeah,
Apply
Yeah,
for
yeah.
press
Apply for a
credentials.
press pass, yeah.
True.
I mean,
Independent
that's
journalism.
Just
Yeah.
email somebody that
Yeah.
runs. fucking
Email
Greek.
Puff, that
Yeah.
fat guy that wrestles for Greektown.
Yeah.
Your cousin.
Oh yeah.
Puff
Your
did
twin.
look like just. Yeah. He looks like he could be Sanker's brother. The Space Monkey? Space Monkey Rock?
Space Monkey,
yeah.
Fucking, what's his name? What's the cool guy's name?
Decker.
Decker. Channing Decker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was there.
He
when
fucking
He seems cool.
rocks, man.
Yeah.
Gringo Loco.
Gringo
I
Loco's
like
awesome.
Gringo Loco.
Yep.
Who are those guys with like they have like a doctor that comes out with them and he has like his brain exposed? Who's that guy?
Dr. Brain Exposed.
Dr. Brain exposed. There you go. Yeah, him. I like him.
We could probably get Greektown guys on this podcast.
I think
great.
that I think
If we
Pretty
say we
good.
record in
Yeah.
Greektown,
Yeah.
and you and Puff together on a podcast, that'd be so funny.
yeah, right before the show. Get extra wide chairs everywhere.
Why is Sanker just talking to a mirror for this podcast?
Yeah, we'll get all the
It'll be
wrestling
me, him, and
versions
Joe
of.
Patello. Just on one podcast.
That's a good one.
We could get the wrestling
good one.
versions of us, where
Yeah.
Channing Decker could be me because we're both cool guys, Puff and you because you're fat, and then just some Hispanic guy.
Yeah, the cleaner who
And then
he
Space
cleans
Monkey
up
for
the
me.
venue after.
He just comes in and out mopping the fucking.
So when he wants to talk, you take the mop, you go clean.
You turn them up, yeah. Sweep up.
He's sweeping up. He gets the
He's kissing his cousin. That's a good move, man. That's a good move.
That ECW show that I went to years ago.
Yeah.
The guy came because every during what would be the commercials, they go in and they'll sweep the ring out, or they'll wipe. There's a guy that wiped down the ropes to get the baby oil and all that shit. When he was doing the ropes, the whole crowd would go whoa, 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 and then the sweep, they were just going sweep, 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 sweep. Just everything that went on, there was a chant for it. It's fucking hilarious, man.
I know you've met a lot of wrestlers. Who was the most disappointing one?
Good question.
They weren't disappointing, but the whole situation of meeting Insane Clown Posse was kind of funny. I know they're not technically wrestlers all the time,
but
They've got their
They're
own.
affiliated
They've got
with
their own.
WCW.
they've been in shows.
had their
And
thing.
I was at a wrestling convention, and we're in the line for the signing. And all of a sudden, you see Violent J just, no, fuck you, man, going like losing his mind. And then he gets a car and drives away. I go, I don't think we're going to get this sign. And 2.5 hours later, they finally show up. And because they were so late, they had to move through everybody so quickly. So it was put your shit down. They both sign it. They barely said hello to you.
Yeah,
And then
that's
they
how
get through.
they work.
But
I
they're in
don't
the
know.
clown
Move
makeup,
on.
right?
They're in the full gear. Another one. It was cool meeting them. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and X-Pac.
Oh yeah.
Nash was just talking to the photographer about college football. Okay. Hall did not give a fuck that he was there.
Yeah.
He'd give you the Wolfpack thing, and then would already be in the post. Like everybody else is like, X-Pac was nice. He'd go, "Hey man, what's your like?" X-Pac actually gives a shit. He was like, "Hey man, what's your name?"
1,
Nice
2,
to meet you,
3
everything
kid,
like
baby.
that.
1, 2, 3, yeah. Shout out to
for
1, 2, 3 kid.
But yeah, Nash didn't give a fuck. Hall did not
Was
give a
Hall
fuck.
still all junked up?
I don't.
By that time,
Or
he's
did he
sober.
sober up at that time?
I think he was supposed to be sober. I mean,
But
debatable.
still maybe pre-DDP yoga.
No, this had all happened
Oh, okay.
because I met DDP that weekend as well.
I'm sure he was nice.
God, he hawked DDP yoga to you. Like,
yeah.
He seems so
But
annoying.
it works.
He puts the WCW championship on you,
Yeah.
and then you get a photo with him doing like the half a diamond.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You've heard about the app, right?" And I was just like,
DDP's a saint. Come on.
He has to say he's helping people.
He's
No,
like,
he's a
dude,
Yeah,
no,
unlike
he was
the
cool.
All-American Beer Company.
Oh fuck yeah,
DDP is a dork.
He is a dork.
he is.
He's a nice
dork.
guy.
Yeah.
He helps people.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's not a dork. He could
Wait,
be a
what's
nice
this
dork.
beer that Hulk Hogan has?
All,
It's
I think
real-
it's
real
all-
American
real
beer.
American
Real
beer
American
company.
beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they squeeze it out of his
It just,
tits.
yeah. That's why he's so leathery. And it does just look like the Budweiser logo. Like
It's
they
just-
literally just took the font
Yeah.
of Budweiser Real American
Oh,
beer.
it'd be funny. It's like it comes with a promotional sponge, the Bubba the Love
Yeah,
sponge, to wipe up your cum after you fuck your friend's wife.
An all American beer
poor bastard.
for all American white people.
That fucking poor piece of shit.
The more I think about it, it's so fucking funny. They filmed
Booed the fuck out
him
of
fuck his friend's wife, and somebody posted it online.
Yeah.
I get that people are into sexual things. That's cool. Whatever.
Whatever.
you're into.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just a famous guy. You let him fuck your wife. You filmed it. It went online, and everyone. You can watch it right now.
Yeah.
You can watch Hulk Hogan fuck his best friend's wife. Isn't that fucking insane when you think about
If
it?
you had to let one wrestler fuck your chick, who would it be?
Ultimate Warrior.
Because he's dead. And now your
Good
chick is a
answer,
creepy necrophiliac.
Yeah, I'd love to watch him run to the bed. Start shaking.
For me, it's Goldberg, just so I could do the Gold.
I thought he was gonna say Gold Dust, so he could join.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, I can tell people my wife is a lesbian.
Yeah. By my wife, I mean me.
I'd let Hornswoggle.
Horns?
Ah,
Oh, that's a good
Hornswoggle.
choice. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
He's just fucking her like Mini-Me, fucking the Bomb and Austin Powers.
Shane McMahon.
Ooh.
He's rich.
Just
he seems
sweating
nice.
all over her.
Yeah. He never gets it right the first time.
And I
True.
imagine that's exactly how you wish you could dress.
Shane O'Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Personalized baseball jerseys every day.
Personalized baseball jerseys, Adidas pants,
Like Neil the Nutman.
and New Balance shoes.
Oh yeah,
True.
track pants. Yeah,
Track pants, New Balance.
What wrestler would you let fuck your girl?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold
so
Steve.
I could be in the room to be hanging out
Right,
with
right.
Stone Cold
Just
Steve
high
Oh,
Austin.
yeah.
Throwing beers and shit. Yeah.
You toss him a beer.
All over my wife. That's it.
All four corners of the bed.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't treat her like Deborah, that's cool.
True.
Really, I'd want Rey Mysterio to fuck my chick,
Oh,
just to
that'd be
see
good.
all the high flying shit he does.
619 into a 69. Holy shit.
619 to a 69. I think I can name that this episode. I think it'll be okay. It doesn't. It's not dirty.
No,
Yeah.
it's numerical.
I let Vader fuck my girl.
Oh, jeez.
Vader.
So I go, ew, you fuck Vader.
He does that barking thing when he fucking.
Lee's just in the back going like this, hammer.
You have your ear to the door. All you hear is it's Vader time. He's fucking dicking her.
Mass transit.
Oh yeah, just so you
He
can get a
deserves
nice.
Lee's all over.
China.
Well, after your story,
China?
Yeah.
Just with a big
Dildo
clit.
fucks the shit out of
she doesn't need a dildo. If you watch her Playboy, she has a huge clit.
Yeah.
Or had.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
RIP.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I actually don't mind a big clip.
No, I'm not saying
That's
I'm
because
not-
you're gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
Yeah, I want to deep throat a big old clip.
Look at her legs shaking. Oh.
I still want to watch her She-Hulk porno.
Yeah,
I mean, I always joke around. I'm going to watch it. I never do, but I have to watch it. We should watch it on this podcast.
Yeah, we can't play it.
We can blur it.
No, we can
yeah,
play
yeah,
a bunch of shit.
On all these screens. dude.
HDMI cord right here.
No,
Bring back Flicks with Dicks.
Within a week, these are all going to say Keys Comedy Club.
True.
These are all going to say Keys Comedy Club right here.
Yeah.
No, fuck him. We still got the first rights here. He's not going to treat us like Native Americans and push us out of here, man.
I'll be damned,
Yeah,
dude.
send us to the Rivals Reserve over there.
All right, McNally. What is the name of your comedy special that's coming out in April again?
Hi, Mark.
Cinematic Community.
Cinematic Community.
Great story.
Check that out in April. Great story, Mark. What a story,
Great
Mark.
What a story,
Anybody have anything else to add?
I love you, Dad.
Yeah, let's all tell our dads we love
yeah,
them.
we love you,
And
Papa.
maybe they'll listen to this. I love you, Dad.
Yes.
I'm not saying that.
He knows it'll be on record.
I'll clip this and send it to your dad.
Whatever. He's going to Carousel soon.
I'm gonna message Snaker later. Hey, when I told my dad I loved him, can you edit that out?
Yeah. Just skip to McNally making fun of Fergus.
Oh shit.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.